Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into one of the most provocative questions in the crypto world. Bitcoin is dead? That headline has been popping up everywhere lately, sparking panic, debate, and confusion among investors big and small. But what if I told you the truth about Bitcoin? And what top experts are revealing will absolutely shock every crypto investor today. If you want to understand whether Bitcoin's demise is imminent, or simply misunderstood hype, then stay tuned. Because by the end of this video, you'll have a crystal clear take on the future of Bitcoin and the entire crypto market. Let's get into it. Bitcoin is often called digital gold, the pioneer cryptocurrency that started it all back in 2009. For over a decade, it's been the flagship asset for digital finance innovation, amassing millions of followers and billions in market cap. But the question buzzing around now is, has Bitcoin lost its magic? We've all seen the headlines. Bitcoin crashes again. Crypto winter continues. Is it time to give up on Bitcoin? These stories create fear and uncertainty. But fear is the worst enemy of smart investing, especially in crypto. To understand what's really going on, we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. First, let's talk about the recent heavy sell-offs and price drops. In 2022 and early 2023, Bitcoin's price fell from an all-time high of nearly $69,000 down to below $20,000 at some points. That kind of volatility prompts many to declare Bitcoin dead. But here's the shocker. Market corrections like these, while painful, are absolutely normal and even healthy in the grand life cycle of any new technology or asset class. Think back to the early days of the internet. The dot-com bubble burst in 2000 wiped out trillions in market value and crushed many internet companies. Yet, the internet itself didn't die. It evolved, matured, and became the backbone of the modern economy. Experts who have been studying Bitcoin for a decade argue the same thing is happening here. Bitcoin is going through a necessary shakeout. Weak hands are being weeded out. Regulations are being settled. And infrastructure is becoming stronger. This volatility is part of building a resilient, trustworthy financial system based on decentralized technology. So, what are the experts really saying about Bitcoin right now? Let's start with Cathie Wood, CEO of ARK Invest. ARK is famous for their bold bets on innovation, including Bitcoin. Instead of running away from the negative headlines, Wood recently doubled down, highlighting that Bitcoin's fundamentals remain incredibly strong. She points out Bitcoin's fixed supply of 21 million coins, which creates scarcity similar to gold, but with the simplicity and accessibility of digital money. This scarcity is a built-in hedge against inflation, especially important as global money printing accelerates. Wood also emphasizes increasing institutional adoption. Big players like Tesla, MicroStrategy, and major banks are holding Bitcoin on their balance sheets, something seen as a major vote of confidence. According to her projections, Bitcoin's price could hit anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million within the next decade as demand rises and supply stays fixed. But what about the skeptics? It's important to cover their arguments too. Prominent voices like Nouriel Roubini, sometimes called Drive Doom of crypto, remain highly critical. He argues that Bitcoin isn't a real currency or reliable store of value because it's too volatile, energy intensive, and often used for illicit activities. He says governments will eventually ban or heavily regulate Bitcoin, making it practically useless. However, Many crypto experts counter that point by highlighting ongoing shifts toward more sustainable technology. Bitcoin mining is gradually using cleaner energy sources, and networks like Ethereum are moving to proof-of-stake systems that drastically reduce energy consumption. Additionally, Bitcoin's decentralized, censorship-resistant nature means it can't be easily banned or controlled. While some governments may crack down, others are embracing crypto technology, creating varied regulatory landscapes globally. Here's another expert insight you won't want to miss. Plan B. The analyst famous for pioneering the stock-to-flow Bitcoin price model recently acknowledged that short-term price movements can be unpredictable. But his long-term model still suggests that Bitcoin's value is primarily driven by scarcity and investor demand, and it remains one of the strongest digital assets. He warns investors not to react emotionally to price dips and instead to focus on adoption trends, network strength, and macroeconomic conditions. Now, let's talk about the psychology and behavior behind the "Bitcoin is dead" headlines. Most of these come during bear markets, when enthusiasm wanes and negative news dominates. But the truth is, these media stories often exaggerate fear to get clicks and views. Let me explain this with a timeline. 2013. Bitcoin crashed 80%. Sparking headlines like "Bitcoin bubble bursts." 2017. After hitting $20,000, Bitcoin dropped 85%, leading to "Bitcoin bubble bursts." Again, headlines. 2021. Bitcoin surged to nearly $69,000 before falling sharply, reigniting "Bitcoin is dead" chatter. Yet in every cycle, Bitcoin recovered with even stronger momentum, hitting new highs. This pattern tells us that Bitcoin's death announcements are usually premature, more hype than reality. So, what should investors do right now? First, don't panic sell based on sensational headlines. Second, educate yourself about Bitcoin's core principles: decentralization, limited supply, security, and growing acceptance. Third, think long-term. Cryptocurrency is still in early stages, and the technology is evolving rapidly. Fourth, diversify your portfolio. While Bitcoin remains dominant, other cryptocurrencies and blockchain projects could shape the next wave of innovation. Before we wrap up, here's the bottom line. Bitcoin is not dead. It is probably one of the most influential and transformative financial innovations of our era. Yes, it will continue to face challenges: regulatory, technical, and market-related. But these growing pains are part of any disruptive technology's journey. The experts overwhelmingly agree that Bitcoin's scarcity, security, and network effect make it uniquely positioned to thrive long-term. If you invest in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, the key takeaway is stay informed, remain calm during volatility, and focus on fundamentals instead of headlines. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech and finance. Drop a comment below. What's your take on Bitcoin's future? Are you bullish, bearish, or cautiously optimistic? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.